Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Kenny is here. Now, I screwed up my audio, so I'm actually doing this as a voiceover. I can't wait to show you these cool Halloween decorations that come with your Campout utility. I had no idea. I wasn't paying that much attention. I enjoy the Campout utility quite a bit. Pardon, the computer's going to freak out a little bit right here and lag a little bit. I was mucking about with the settings a lot earlier today in another live stream. So we're going to park it here and shut off the engine. There's the dog bowls. And we're going to check out these great decorations. Look at that guy already. They call him the Chupacabra. The goat sucker. And two, I think they're like 12-foot tall skeletons. There's some hay bales. Anyway, we'll get a better look here in just a moment. Thanks for tuning in. Really excited to share this stuff. You know, I enjoy simming. You know, the sim games and a little bit of simming. After flying around, it's a lot of fun. So check these guys out. And the Chupacabra looking menacing. The detail on that guy. And of course, I've tried laying out every dog that is available in the kit. I've got our camping tent pitched over a bear rug. I'm going to move the dogs around a little bit. Some of them, when I placed the mound, this little mound here, they sit lower than the mound and they kind of get like that dog right there. You see him he's getting clipped by the mound. So I'm going to shuffle them around here in a minute. And setting up my drone camera to move a little bit slower. Right now the smoke is working, but when I set it to storm later, it's going to kind of go all over the place. I'm going to have to muck with that. I'm really enjoying this new rig. It's doing everything that I thought it could, or I hoped it could. And I'm able to stream now and record in 4K. And able to do it depending on what scenario we're flying. You know, if it doesn't require heavy graphics being on the ground down here, setting things so we're getting 60 frames a second in 4K. This is a powerhouse machine. I'm really happy with it. It's the AMD Ryzen 7 7800X 3D. And the NVIDIA, interesting pairing, the NVIDIA 4070 Ti Super. Currently only with 32 gigs of RAM, and I'm going to be bumping that up to 64 for Flight Simulator 2020. Speaking of, I was able to pick up Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, the standard edition. I don't need more than that. For $20. If I'd have been a little bit smarter, I probably could have purchased it for free. But I was bound and determined to purchase it, and when I went, I noticed I could redeem my Microsoft reward points. Bog. I could redeem my Microsoft reward points for a gift card for the Microsoft Store. So I punched in $50, you know, to see, or whatever number I punched in to see how much, and I was able to cash out $50 worth. Alright, so I applied that gift card to my Microsoft Store account, and when I purchased Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, the standard edition, I only had to pay $20. So those reward points really added up. Now, I'm silly because I don't know why I didn't just wait then and just grind out a bunch more points. They just gave me like an extra like 1,500 points yesterday. So you can earn points really quick and doing the dailies. So mostly it's through searching with Bing, as I understand. But every little thing helps. I guess even marketplace purchases or whatever. Either way, you can build up a lot of big reward points. One guy in the Flight Simulator forum said that he's paying for everything that way. He's paid for his Xbox account. He says they've changed things and it's harder to get points, but he said at one time he was leveraging it for all that it was worth. So he could have a nice Xbox Game Pass and everything else. I won't be surprised if somebody's able to spend enough points to get the collector's edition, you know, with all the goodies. So if I would have just waited a couple more weeks and just ground out a bunch more, you know, I could have made $20 worth more and got the simulator for free. So there's so if you're sitting on a bunch of Microsoft reward points, I love the colors here. When I turned it to Storm, the orange colors, you lose a lot of the details, but you've seen what they look like in the light. Pardon me. And so now we're just really going for that the Halloween feel and the spooky feel here. Again, pardon me if things aren't moving 100 frames a second down here on the ground, but I'm not sure what my settings were here. But again, I've been messing with them to try to do some crazy graphic things. So anyway, go check your Microsoft reward points. See what else is going on. That icon A5 in the background on the gacking screen. So embarrassing. Sorry about that. Or it's the OBS. I have a setting wrong when I was recording this, and it just pushed it a little too hard or something. It was running great as far as I could tell when I was in the simulator. So I think that's maybe where the problem might be. The icon A5. So the camping utility. Yeah, it's fantastic. There's so many more objects you can place. I pretty much limited myself to our little toiletry over there. Chair. There's a cooler in here somewhere. This is where I start moving it about. Here's the Campout utility. It's really easy to use. Right? You get a green ring. I haven't zoomed out enough to where you can see the green ring. But you get to deploy all your objects. Using the drop-down menus, and then as you see here, I'm moving a pumpkin, and I'm gonna move a big group of pumpkins over to the front of this little mound, and then I'm gonna start repositioning all the dogs, because again, some of them were getting clipped in the little mound. Kind of did this hurried earlier. That's the Scarecrow, moving him forward. Yeah, so I'm going to find a Grim Reaper here in a minute. I'm going to find some skeleton lanterns, some bats. You can turn things, those little handles right there. Right there, I'm grabbing a handle and putting the little dog face forward. Repositioning the skeleton. Bringing some of these dogs in closer. Guy's out here all by himself. Mm-hmm. See on the video editing tool the audio levels where I'm talking. Alright, so down here in the menu, there's the pumpkin I saw, and I started scrolling down. I'm like, hey, this is really cool. Some tombstones, and this is where I find the Flying Grim Reaper. Trying to figure out where to put him. He's a little bit weird with his control handle. I'm not sure. I didn't know really how to make him face forward or what his pattern was going to be. Anyway, there. And now he's starting to come into sight. See if I got the audio for that. You're not hearing him now, but you'll hear him in a bit. Try to turn the audio back off. He says something like, do you want to play a game of tag? If I catch you, I get your soul. It's like, you're awful fast, or something like that. Skull fire pit, scarecrow, jack-o'-lanterns. Ever got snow in there? Skis, skull lanterns. This is where I find the skull lanterns. I'm like, woo. Put a bunch of them. You can duplicate. I'm gonna hit the duplicate button here up at the top, right there. Grab another one, pop it down, duplicate. Grab another one. My intention was I was hoping they were going to be a little bit brighter. My goal here in a minute was to try to turn the lights down even more. Yeah, here I'm trying to figure out how to make him not be on the hill. Lots and lots and lots of great items you can put out. Oh yeah, the blood lantern. So just taking another look through things, I find it was right in front of my face when I first opened it up. It's a bus or a wagon, just loaded with a bunch of Halloween stuff. Oh, it'll finally pop out to me. The old truck up there, but it's not just the old truck. There's one for Halloween. There it is. That just was it. All right. So now my chair and my toilet paper and buckets, they're in the way. It just goes to show you, though, that if people want to make handcrafted stuff for small locations inside the simulator, I mean, look at the level of detail. This is 2020 still. This isn't 2024 version. But look at the level of fidelity on these objects. And in a bit, I'm going to, be moving around doing more photographic angle stuff. And you're really going to get to see the dogs up close. This is where you save. I hadn't done one of these before, but you create a set. So it puts into memory everything that you have deployed out in the field. So you can deploy it again later. So it's saved all the assets into a set. and I'll try to do that at some other point. You can leave things in the game world up to 7 days, and they'll stay persistent in the game world. Doesn't mean everybody can see them. It means you can see them. You have to share, at the moment, you have to share some information with somebody else who has the Campout utility. So, yeah, and that's a real drag. Because if we were able to populate it out in the general game world where anybody could see it, then it would inspire them to possibly get the Campout utility. Okay. We're out of the tool now, and my mouse is over the skull lantern. See what I'm... Here we go on that. In on the dogs. That one in the front, the little terrier's cute. Or Jack Russell, yeah. Nacho, I think is his name. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're excited possibly about doing a little simming of your own inside Microsoft Flight Simulator. And yeah, cheers. Happy holidays, happy seasons, something like that.